How are you getting on, folks? So Tipperary was pretty much a disaster, if I say so myself. It was full of ones, uh, but just not the ones we were hoping for. One winner, one second, one third, um, one non-runner, one faller, and if I'm not mistaken, we had two horses that pulled up. So yeah, look, it wasn't great, to be quite honest with you. I was absolutely sickened. A track that I normally do fairly well on. To have a day like that was just unbelievable. I just couldn't believe it. But I'm just putting it down to being just stuck in a bit of a rut at the minute. I just can't seem to pick my nose, never mind pick winners. But yeah, look at Sligo tomorrow. Sligo's not very much a great track. Two pick winners on, but look at there's a few nice, I suppose, horses here now tomorrow. I know there's great racing on in York tomorrow, but I'm staying well away from that. I whatever I know about Irish racing, I just know nothing about, say, English flat or anything else like that. So I'm just going to stay away from York. I'm going to focus what I claim to know the best anyway, and that's Irish National Hunt. So look at 150. We're going to kick things off. We're going to nap this horse. She wears it well, 1 to 2. I know it's a fairly short price, but at the end of the day, if this horse goes about its business, she will be very, very hard stop. Very, very impressive in her Galway bumper. I made a prediction that she wasn't going to be wasted time running in bumpers all over the country, that she'd just go straight into hurdling. And look at, that's exactly what they're doing. Currently, she's trading around 16 to 1 for the Mayor's Novice Hurdle, and I really think that she has a brilliant chance for it. I think once she wins this now tomorrow, the price is going to shorten right up. It's going to shorten right up, and it's going to, I suppose, go for, I'm going to predict around 8 to 1. It's going to, like, really and truly, it's going to shorten up. Like, once these anti-post horses get a win under their belt in whatever company they're in, the price shortens. That's just natural about it. So look at Jess. She wears it well, 1 to 2. It's a very, very poor opener of a race. She should win this very, very closely. The way she put the mares to bed in Galway was nothing short of spectacular. Look at Paul Townend on board from the Willie Mullins yard. James Fenton is a very, very good friend of mine. I really don't think that this horse is going to have to be anything too good to win this here. So, look at, people might, I suppose, slate me for tipping up a horse at 1 to 2, but I'd rather tip up a winner at this stage now than tip up a losing 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1 horse. So yeah, look, she wears it well. Hopefully she'll wear it fairly well now tomorrow and go on to win very closely. But if she doesn't, the main thing is she gets home safe and sound. 220. We're going with Mr. Moondance at 15 to 8. Look at, I know it's another very short price, but like, really and truly, this screams Mr. Moondance. He's a local horse, local trainer, local course, everything local about him. He's only up the road. Michael McNiff is in absolutely fantastic form of late. No matter where he goes, no matter what horses he throws up, he just seems to, I suppose, have the horses in absolutely peak condition. And I really don't think it's going to be much different tomorrow. I think Mr. Moondance, he's coming in here £8 higher for that very, very cosy win in Sligo last time. If I'm not mistaken, it was over course and distance as well. So, like, that's playing into his cards. I know he's £8 higher, but he's clearly on the upgrade. He's clearly on the improve. And it should really just be standard enough improvement needed. The way he is improving to overcome that £8 hike and go on to win this easily again. So yeah, Mr. Moonance 15 to 8. Look, that's the best I can do for those two races. Like, they're another short price, but we want to pick winners as much as we can now at this stage. And I think those two are definitely ones to be on now tomorrow. 250. We're going with He's a Man of His Word. Now, moving on to better prices now. This one Currently trading around 5-1. Definitely worth an each way here. They look at he's in a race where there's an awful lot of questions needed to be answered. This talk of the town was supposed to be the next best thing, and it absolutely flopped in Galway. This fitness to suit, I don't know what happened to him. Just absolutely bonked out of it. So yeah, look at he's a man of his word. He's the most consistent horse of the race, really. At the end of the day, he put in a very, very good performance in Tipperary. Not last time or the time before. I think it was the three starts ago where he was thereabouts, and he was well pulled away from the field along with Bold Enough, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, if he puts in a run like that, he should be very, very hard caught. I predict he's going to make the run, really, at the end of the day. This talk of the town, he won a very good bumper. Well, I say a very good bumper, but it wasn't really the best of bumpers either at the same time. But he finished off very well. People were all talk about him, top of the town, or talk of the town, whatever you want to call him. Really and truly, look at, he flopped in Galway. He flopped. There's no other way to describe it. Like, he just flopped. People were up in his, I suppose. People were hyping him up, basically. That's what I'm trying to say here. And I think he's a man of his word, has the form on paper. He's generally consistent anywhere he goes. He jumps very well, travels very well, and he likes to go from the front. All these things go specifically for, I suppose, a Sligo sort of a track, a nice little roller coaster track. And yeah, look at 5-1. He's definitely working each way. The worst you can do is back him each way, and if he places, at least you're going to get your money back anyway. So look at 5-1, nice price. Now 320, going on to, I suppose, another. Well, depending on where you are or where you're betting, another, I suppose, each way prospect here. I will walk at 9-2. I'm hoping he's going to run tomorrow. I hope he's going to run very, very well. But look at it, it's a poor enough race. He's going up against Derby today, who on paper looks like he should win it, but the horse is not from 22. So where do you leave that? He's 2-1. Would you be jumping on him at 2-1 from not out of 22? I certainly wouldn't. I don't think, if he was 5-1, 6-1, I definitely have him in each way. But no, I don't like him. I don't like him. Darragh O'Keefe is in the form of his life, and he loves these sorts of tracks. He's famous around Kilbeggan. He likes to go around Sligo, and he gave Happy Jackie for Ray Hackett an absolute peach of a ride there in Tipperary there the last time. I was actually sickened. I wasn't on him. It was the race home baby was a non-runner in, but look, I'm just gonna make this choice, and I'm just gonna say, look, I will walk. I'm hoping he's gonna walk away with this one now tomorrow. Now, 350, next best. Finding Joy at a lovely price of 10-1. This really looks to be a nice one here now, folks. If you're going to be backing, look, he's definitely at an each way price, but it wouldn't be the most surprising sort to actually go and win a race like this. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't it written down, but if I'm not mistaken, Walking on Glass is the favourite in this one, around 6-4. I don't know. I can't. I can't make head nor tails of this Walking on Glass. Normally when it wins, it's winning at fairly big prices, and when it's as short as the likes of 6-4, it's just not worth backing. I think, look, it mightn't really go as well as people might think around Sligo. I think Finding Joy, it's third in Downpatrick there at the start of the year. Look, it was a nice run, and I definitely think it's worth looking at more so than, I suppose, anything else really in the field. Yeah, and especially a 10 to 1 is definitely one that could, I suppose, bring a bit of a shock. Now, 425, Ocean Glendor. We're going with another each way horse here now at 7 to 1. Uh, Looks very, very interesting if I say so myself. His last two runs were around Kilbeggan, very similar track to Sligo. He was second and third on those two occasions. If I'm not mistaken, the form has been backed up as well in at least one of those races. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, look at he's fit. He's fit. That's all I can vouch for. Dennis Hogan sends a horse up to Sligo. It's always fairly interesting. You don't normally see, I suppose, too many times, especially like when he's so close to, I suppose. Well, it's hard to really know which is closer to tomorrow, whether it's Killarney or Sligo. But he's sending Ocean Landor up to Sligo. I don't know. It's a hard one to call, but I think, yeah, he could cause a few problems here. I think he could, I suppose, cause a bit of a shock. And yeah, actually, I made a mistake walking on last the favourite in this one, not the race beforehand. But I definitely think he's going to put it up to walking on last, if I say so myself. 6 to 4 compared to 7 to 1. 7 to 1 is the one where the value is at. And yeah, look, definitely worth an each way at that price. But now, last race of the day, we're going with Eric Harmon again, another each way horse, 7 to 1. I can't understand how this favourite is favoured, really. That, if I'm quite honest, it absolutely blew up around Kilbeggan. I think it was 13th from 14 horses, came 13th at even favourites, and I think it was beaten something crazy like, I think something like 100 lengths or 110 lengths or something crazy like that. If it runs like that, it's not winning here. It's simple as that. So obviously, look at you're not going to take that at 5 to 4 and be happy with it. I definitely wouldn't. I think the market is way, I suppose, just completely blew up about this horse because of it's coming from the Willie Mullins yard. And I suppose, look, maybe it just found a few problems, and maybe Willie is after doing a few things with it, but I can't see why people would be shouting and screaming about it back in it at 9 to 4 or 5 to 4 even. Um, Look at this. Eric Harmon looks very, very interesting, especially on breeding. It's well bred. Stallion is a very, very good. The stallion is a very good national hunt sire. The mare is very, very well renowned for producing fairly nice horses, and yeah, look at it was second on his point to point. Well, there was only two finishers in that point to point, but at least they finished it out anyway. Uh, but look at it really wouldn't need to be, I suppose, anything too majorly, I suppose, special to at least feature in this sort of a race. It was supposed to run earlier on in the week. I'm not 100% sure where it was supposed to run, but it was pulled up or pulled out. And look at it's going here tomorrow. Whether it goes or not, we don't really know. But look at Derek O'Connor takes the ride. When Derek O'Connor takes the ride for Owen Dial, it's always very, very interesting. And look at, I think it's worth a shout. I think it's definitely way more value than, say, the favourite at 5 to 4. Um, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it upset the odds here. I think it could be a fairly nice sort, and it could be ready to go. And hopefully, with the help of God, it might be a bit of a shock winner without being too much of a shock. But look, that's all the racing for Sligo. Before we go, I want to wish a couple of people the very best of luck. Obviously, which she wears it well, James Fenton, obviously a great friend of mine. He was a member on the podcast as well. And he, whether it's racing or just personal, he's always been a very, very good friend of mine. And well, no, since I started this up anyway. But look, I want to wish him and the team the very best of luck, which she wears it well tomorrow. And For the local boys, I want to wish a few bob short the very best of luck with Shane Ryder going in the last race in Killarney tomorrow. I didn't hear anything. I'm not tipping it up or anything like that. I'm just simply wishing them the very best of luck, and hopefully both horses get home very much safe and sound. But look, that's it for me. That's it for me. Hopefully, we'll have a few winners tomorrow. Hopefully, with the help of God, we'll get out of this rut and start hopefully picking a few winners now again. But that's it for me. I'm off. We'll chat to you again.